I take this opportunity to thank the IoT Academy for giving me this, knowledge sharing platform to share my ideas and also my thoughts on leadership skills for the teachers in higher education institutions. First of all, I would like to say thanks for all the participants, joining in this, wonderful session. Let it be more interactive rather than me giving, a general lecture. So please, as and when you would like to speak or share your thoughts, you can unmute and, share your ideas so that it will be of great help for all of us in this knowledge sharing, platform. So all of you are teachers. I think Sushitra madam is there, Priya Shah is there, Sian Khan, I can see, So teachers have a long served as, team leaders. We have served as department chairs, association leaders, and, we have also served as curriculum developers, correct? So in these roles, what happens? Teachers have often served as representatives rather than leaders. Okay, if something has to be given. This is as per the research, one of the Professor Livingston has given in the year 1992. So I thought I would, share with this, note, because today's, teacher and the way how we teach has taken 10 times, tenfold, I should say, a great change. More than student centric, it is it was teacher centric, now it is student centric. So likewise there are a lot of changes. I will cover up all those points in the upcoming slides, upcoming presentations. So traditional functions, if you see, we were only as the teachers coordinating certain activities, disseminating the information from the management to the faculty members, ensuring the implementation of the administration directives, correct? Now, also we have served as, department chairs, say for example, overseeing the curriculum adherence, managing the departmental budgets, whatever, now we are coming up with Rudraksh, a management fest. So budget is a main constraint for us. So, we have to look into that, representing the department in the meetings and whatever the administrative works, even that also we, look into that. So when you're moving on to, leadership roles, if you see, it is completely different because we have to act as a change agent. We have to, give the professional development to the, by conducting, a lot of workshops, mentoring programs. We have to conduct collaborative learning communities. We need to, ensure that, and also support the continuous, teachers improvements. So all these areas we have to put our foot into. Now, when I'm talking about a digital, teacher leadership in 2025, this is poised to revolutionize the educational landscape through the integration of cutting-edge technologies. So we know that AI is going to rule the world, right? So these leaders, teachers, talking about me and all of us here, will leverage AI-driven personalized learning and immersive tools to create engaging, student-centered classrooms. So because their role will be pivotal in fostering innovation. Yesterday we had a session on innovation, collaborating with the Innovative Council from the college. So we, if you think through, 3,000 ideas are required in order to open one particular startup. This is the research which is given by McKinsey. It's very alarming. Unless you come out with so many innovative ideas, it is not possible for you to start one startup. So, so continuous improvement is required among the educators and students alike. So teachers in digital era, changing roles and competencies, let's see what it is. Also, the last, because this particular topic, this is the third time I'm taking, but the content is completely different. Each time, the topic is given to me. So this frequently asked questions, what I could see in, the YouTube, whatever you all are watching and asking me the questions is, how is artificial intelligence used in education? What is the future of AI in education? And is AI good or bad for education? And how AI is currently being used in higher education? So all this I will cover up along with the what is the leadership skills that is really required for us as teachers in the upcoming years. Okay, looking into the AI pedagogy. So AI pedagogy, if you see, it focuses the needs for us address to the role of AI in education. Furthermore, pedagogy means it needs to include the practical examples, hands-on experiences, how individuals can co-create and collaborate with AI. It is not like, we simply cut, copy, paste. Okay, so here all the faculty members kindly take down the activity which I would like to give you is, please after this session kindly introduce an AI tool. Like for example, chatbot is there. A lot of other tools are there. Can you just check for one AI tool and give the content curation system to the students, or any predictive analytics tool for that matter, that's relevant to your teaching and learning context, and ensure divide them into each group, and each group gets a task to co-create. Co-create means already it is being done. What are the different additional features they would like to create? So co-create or modify the content using this particular tool. So this could involve asking a chatbot to provide a feedback on a piece of writing based on a certain criteria, or even include rubric. Okay, rubric. I know that Bloom's taxonomy. You can use all the levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. It is there, right? So you can use any of those levels also, and give the students. Tell them apply this. Tell them try to understand this. Ask them why are you doing this. So give them some kind of activity. This is the first assignment, I would like to, give it to you as an activity based, which you can take for the class. The second one is, because if you can see the resources I've given as futurepedia.io. If you click this link, anyway, the PPT will be shared by IoT Academy. Please kindly go through this link. All the, from DeepSeek to all the, AI tools are given in this one particular, website. Okay, it connects to all. So the next assignment would be future of work. As AI continues to advance, it will significantly impact the job market. We all know that. Okay, and students need to be aware of the skills that they need, in an AI dominated future. Okay, so even my daughter is finding it very difficult. How do I, without copying, because we are all used to cut, copying, paste. Without copying, how do I rephrase? And the emergence of the new roles that is being created. So earlier we used to have analyst, now we have content creator. We have something, very different JDs, job description, which is being created. So an example would be understanding how AI can automate routine tasks in different industries. We have agriculture industry, sector, manufacturing industry, service sectors. Lot of industries are there, but how you can recognize these new jobs, like for example, AI ethist, where somebody applies only ethics in AI when we are doing some particular kind of activities. So AI ethist is a new job, AI data analyst is a new job. How you are going to create as this when as AI becomes more prevalent in our society? So for this, I would like to suggest an activity for you all. Please conduct. There is something called as a future of work. Conduct one particular seminar. If you are able to get the fund from ICSSR or any other body, AACTE or UGC, it will be really damn cool. But otherwise also you can conduct very simple from your own faculty members who are senior guys who are experienced. Give them ask them to conduct this particular seminar or a workshop. So this might be better organized at the university level. If you're organizing at the university level, it will have a very big impact. Invite the industry experts to discuss the changing job market due to AI. Okay. And our educational system has changed from the blackboard to the, laptops and other gadgets. So mastering the ICT skills and utilizing ICT towards creating an improved teaching and learning environment is of utmost importance to teachers in creating the new learning culture. So we, know classrooms, we used to have paper and pen, that is not there anymore. So the changing role of the teacher, if you see in the past, the teacher was looked upon as a source of knowledge, not anymore. We are looking, students are looking as a source of information. What additionally she will give, what big deal, she's talking, what is this? So, from a leader, we have, changed into a facilitator. From an educator, we are more supporting, providing a lot of inputs. From being a psychologist, we are, being moved as an expert. From being an expert, if you see, we are moved as a co-learner. Very, very important. We are learning with the students. Students are far more, ahead than, using the gadgets. So, so we, provide a lot of inputs for the students in order to ensure that we are acting as a facilitators. So when we look upon AI in our everyday, life, We open our phone with face, ID. Yes, I open my phone with the same thumbprint. Social media is there. Immediately you come to office, you want to send a mail or a message. I'm using the gadgets. So Google searches is something I don't know. Immediately, I open. And then digital voice assistants are there. Okay, keep me an alarm because I keep forgetting the, classes, getting old. Correct. So you have a lot of, assistants to provide. So voice assistants are there. Smart home devices are there. The moment you come home, somebody reminds you, maybe Alexa, reminds you what is to be done for the day. Commuting, to work, where we use a lot of gadgets again, and then banking, booking the Ola, anything it can be. Amazon recommendations, you don't even have to ask. Lot of recommendations will come. The moment you see one product, immediately the other, this is recommended for you. This is being purchased along with this. It comes. Netflix also is there where we cannot avoid all these things hereafter. Right. So learning and machine learning, when we see it is coming together. Earlier we had monolithic development, then merging into a new field. Both are coming together. So we have e-learning and AI is also merging. So in this particular field, if you see AI in education, I don't have to tell you teachers like you, because personalized communication is almost has become very impossible, due to scaling down. And chatbots, can answer just like this, administrative questions. The moment I ask, what is this? The moment any help is required, any assistance is required, some pop-up is coming up. Okay. And we have the virtual classroom assistance that is also there. So natural language processing, we call it as NLP actually. It can identify the patterns and, the source fact from where you have taken, what you have taken. Earlier, I don't know how many of you, are used to using this chat GPT. Earlier, we never had, chat GPT giving us the sources. When you're asking a particular prompt, say, for example, what is this? How can I, draft a letter, to say, for example, I want to apply for a leave. I'm drafting a letter to the, principal, kindly, approve this. How can I ask it empathetically? You will add a prompt word, correct? Empathetically, where the principal will feel, oh, this letter is, very nice. Somehow I have to grant her leave, I can't say no. So this is how, you are doing the prompting and all that. But now if you see, chat GPT is giving you the source also. So which means that you cannot copy paste. We can only take the help. So I thought here I will share with you few AI, related scripts and, software programs or, some sort of help. So what is Monsha and why Monsha? Monsha is an AI, tool where teachers really, they will be overwhelmed or very much burnt out and, facing mental health challenges. And if you look into the statistics, I really would like to say that statistics, here 44% of K-12 teachers feel frequent burnout. I don't know why. This is just, I'm fed up with this. 74% of the teachers are asked with covering additional duties. Gone are those days where, you just go to the class, do some teaching and then come back. No, we have to do the Scopus research articles. We have to conduct a lot of seminars, conferences, symposiums, conclaves, HR conclave, business conclave, and we are in charge of invigilation duty. We are in charge of valuation duties, right? Apart from this, a lot of administrative work will come. So where is the time and how do I fit in all these, things at one, how many roles are we playing? That itself gives us more stress. So 75% of them, teachers feel stress related health problems. They have, knee pain, leg pain. I cannot climb the stairs. All these things are occurring. Teachers, in K-12, if you see, they are the number one most burnt out profession across the globe. This is as per one of the research body. I am not, talking in air, but this is given as per one of the research, association. So save up to 10 hours. If you're using Monsha, you can save up to 10 hours per week on a teaching prep. So it's very powerful, flexible, easy to use on, workflow, because I'm not promoting this Monsha, but I'm just trying to say like this, there are n number of resources which is available, on this different platforms. So you can just check. So how do I, plan my lesson plan? How do I, plan or create my resources, my worksheets? How do I give assessments, presentations for the students? What are the different topics? And how do I bring it to the class? The class should feel that teacher is adding some value. How do I, get it to that? Getting different URLs. In our filing, if you see, we have something called as academic files. So in the academic files, we have something called as a theory file and the course file. Theory file will talk about the methodology, the pedagogy, what we are adopting, the vision, mission of the department and all. Whereas the course file, if you see, along with the lesson plan, they also will ask us to file all the important URLs which we are referring in the classes. So our curriculum itself, because I'm coming from an autonomous institution, our syllabus itself, below the syllabus, if you see, we will give the sources where all the students can check. So in the curriculum itself, we give the links where they can search for the additional information. Also below the textbooks and the reference books, then below that again we give the video references also. So a lot of materials are given shared with the students so that they don't have to run around. They can take this as a help and then try to add some more information with the existing information. So this is how we help the students. So this Monsha also gives you the curriculum, and the design as well as the course planning. And as you can see under each lesson, you can add the resources like presentations, assessments, and the worksheets. Whatever you need, you can just add it up. Now, I just want to ask the Suchitra, Madam, which leadership quality focuses on understanding and addressing the needs of individual students? I want an answer from you. Collaboration, adaptability, relationship, or problem solving. You can tell anything, no problem. It's relationship building. Yes, very good. So, a teacher who inspires and motivates students to achieve their full potential exhibits which leadership quality. Anybody can tell. I see Shiana John. I don't know what is his vice principal one, vice principal two. But also, sir, I would like to, sir or madam, please kindly, share your ideas. You can just unmute and talk to me. Tell me which is the answer. A teacher who inspires and motivates the students to achieve their full potential exhibits which leadership quality? Anybody? Okay, let me just check the chat box. Okay, yes, it is inspirational motivation. Correct. So, somebody who inspires and motivates the students to achieve their full potential exhibits the leadership quality. So, when I move on to something called as the best practices for using AI, we have to check. There are few things which we have to be very, very careful. Okay, one is checking for bias and accuracy. Okay, always review and verify AI generated content before sharing it with the students. Students should not be aware of this. Okay, and there is something called as 80-20 approach. Use of AI in the initial 80% of the work, but ensure you redefine, adapt, and add your final touches to the last 20%. So this is, something called as 80-20 approach, where, 80% you try to work on something and add 20% of your final touches. It will really look very good when you take it to the class. And understanding the AI's limits. AI's knowledge may not include the latest information. Okay, so you have to verify the topics. I've seen teachers, just like that, they would bring it to the class because we have smart boards. Immediately they'll connect, and whatever AI is giving, then what is the difference that we are adding there? So that is very important. So verify the recent topics for accuracy. Use your own source materials as much as you can. Okay, and protect the privacy. Never include personal student information when we are using the AI, because immediately all the AI will grasp whatever information that you are using. It will grasp and start searching for the other databases where all it is getting connected. So you have to be very, very careful and be more specific. The more detailed input you give, the better the output. Provide clear instructions to get the better results. So we also have something called as generative AI. So is it a threat to education, or it's going to be a universal tutor? Chat GPT, a threat to the higher education. I just want you all to listen to this video because this AI, we say it is very great threat. I would like to, say that it is not like that. But what is the difference? I'm showing a video. Kindly listen to this so that it will be of great help how AI helps. This video says very clearly there are no teachers at all in this particular school. Students are learning on their own. Days are, to come, we will have this. So to what extent we have to build ourselves and what kind of skills we need to, have in order to ensure that we hold our, jobs safe is a very big question mark. They have only guides. So what happens, the guides will monitor what the students are doing on the other screens. They have their own screens, so in the screens they will monitor what these students are doing, and they are not it's like they don't teach, it's like guidance. If the students are making any mistake, they will guide them and prompt them and lead them to the right output. All life skills are taught to them. IKEA has bits and pieces, so all those pieces they are supposed to join and make a particular product. In the similar way, they are taught how to live and lead their own life. All the teachings are done through AI, and she has created an AI app. So as a parent, everybody will, think through how best, this can be incorporated. When we, have so much of doubts, every parent will, try to think that if AI can do this, what is the role of a teacher? Correct. So here I've given the subset. We have to act as a leader. So this side as a teacher. So the combination, the subset is, we have to be a teacher leader. That is the summarization of this entire presentation. A humble request that, learning normal teachers going to the class will not suffice. We have to prepare ourselves, and we have to listen to the needs of the community, students community, what they are telling and what is their requirements, and we have to be a reflective practitioners and have a good sense of designing for learning. And we should have different degrees of the directiveness, what we are supposed to do, and accountable, stakeholders to this, all the stakeholders. So when you're looking into the myth versus reality, myth is AI is going to take you away your jobs. Definitely no. Mostly AI will change existing jobs and create a new ones. And AI is smarter than people, other than people are, no. AI is as smart as you program it. So when you ask the questions and what are the different kinds of prompts you are asking, based on that, when it is giving some kind of solution, you will modify the solution. Ultimately, it is a decision that you will take. So based on event management or correlation, if you see, the reality is maybe at first, but it is evolving. Okay, it is not yet evolved. So companies do not need an AI strategy. No, they definitely need an AI strategy. Along with us, it will be there. Okay, so let us see what are the different 4 leadership styles, which is there available, in our theories. So we have something called as directing, highly directive and low supportive behavior. We can see, this depends on the employer and employees relationship, where I have shown very clearly D1, D2, D3, D4 is the kind of the, employees, their support, development level of the followers. Okay. And when we see the x-axis and the y-axis, we can see on the x-axis is the directive behavior and the y-axis is supportive behavior. So what happens when it is D1, when the leader, the followers level is very, very low, then we have to keep on telling them, give all directions. I will tell my, faculty members A, B, C. So please, A, kindly follow this. Do not do this. So proper directions are given to them. So it is S1. The next one, D2, the following method will be, the follower will be eager to follow and, highly directive, but plus at the same time, highly supportive behavior will be there. Okay, the person is able to know and able to do, then I have to give my full, supportive thing to this particular, individual. The next one is S3, that is supporting. Wherever, maybe the individual would have come up with a lot of information. Say, for example, the next week we are having HR conclave. The particular faculty is doing a lot of things, but does not know, is doing in a haphazard way. So that, writing mails to the, resource persons, then asking permission from the management, a lot of mistakes will be there. So you need to correct that. So you have to be supportive. Your language should be appropriate and it should not be, in a high authoritative, manner. So how are you dealing with your subordinates? That matters a lot. And there will be somebody who has a no attitude, and I know I'm here for 10 years, I know how to do. So delegate the job, but still monitor. You will be delegating, they'll be coming under D4. So you will delegate and still you will try to monitor the individual. So 4 different types of educational leaderships are there: servant, transactional, emotional, and transformational. Also, we have pace setting and coaching leadership. We will see all this. I'll just ask you a few questions, then you will get to know. So now there is a scenario which I have provided. A teacher notices that students are disengaged during the lessons. They are not watching. So to motivate them, the teacher introduces a project-based learning and encourages the students to take the ownership of the learning. Over a period of time, the student participation improves. Okay, and they began exploring topics beyond the syllabus. So what leadership style is the teacher is demonstrating? Can anybody, you can even put it in the chat box. Otherwise, you can unmute and please talk to me. Tell me what it is. Let me check the chat box. Yes, it is transformational leadership.
Transformational leadership.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, your good name?
I am Dr. Sanjeev Rao.
Sanjeev Ram. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So the next one is a teacher is handling 2 groups of students. Okay, one with high achievers who work independently, and another one is the struggling students who need a constant guidance. So the teacher here adjusts this approach, providing more instructions and support the struggling group while allowing the high achievers to work autonomously. Okay, they are doing something. Say, for example, it is a tower building exercise. You're taking it to the class and some of them are doing it on their own. And here, these people are, these students are struggling. So which leadership style is the teacher using? Transactional, situational, bureaucratic, or servant leadership?
Situational leadership.
Excellent. I think so. That's the answer. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The teacher adapts their leadership style based on the students' needs. So we all know that. So I just wanted to, give you the slide because lot of Bharat Ratna awardee, if we are seeing, and the social reformers, if you see, they are all great leaders. From Rajagopalachari to, if you see Subbulakshmi Madam, Abdul Kalam Azad sir, or C.N. Rao, Sachin Tendulkar, anybody, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, sir, if you could see, lot of, people have come and emerged as teachers. So understand the importance of me. I am very important for my organization. That feeling needs to be there. So basically, Daniel Goleman has given, as per the research 6 leadership style. So Goleman says that, there is commanding, demands immediate compliance, because some of the newcomers may not know. So, hey, bring this, please, I want it to be done before 4 o'clock. Yes, you use certain sentences in order to ensure that the task is completed. Otherwise, if it is visionary, mobilizes people towards a particular vision. Say, for example, I'm doing a board of studies. So when I'm doing a board of studies presentation, I cannot talk about the small issues. I need to talk about a vision which I'm having for my department and how that is going to materialize and how I'm going to execute the entire program for the first 2 semesters. Right? So it can be affiliative also. Affiliative creates a harmony and builds emotional bonds. There are people like, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. You can have a lot of, examples for that. Democratic, forges consensus through participation. There are leaders, teachers, who asks for the opinion of others, which is very essential so that you get an idea, because today the information is scattered everywhere. So it is not that, what you say is right. No. So then the next one is a pace setting and the next one is a coaching. Pace setting sets a higher standards of performance. Okay. Depending on how, we tell no locus of control, the locus of control, internal locus of control, external locus of control. If it is there for me, how do I, visualize, things above the standard? Whenever any standards are set, for me, I'm a professor of the department as well as head of the department. For me, the standards are, if you see, I have to publish 3, Scopus research papers. 2 NPTEL exams I need to complete, 3 conference papers it should be, IEEE. Okay, because though we are from MBA department, still technical courses, you can ask, how you can do technical papers. We have to upskill ourselves, no other go. The standards are set very, very high for us. But we should find out what way, which are the, steps that I need to, climb in order to see that I can reach, the top. So develops, the next one can be the leaders, can be coaching, develops people for the future. So, try this, why don't you try this, why don't you try that? It is very good, Today, one of my faculty is applying leave, he's getting married and going on leave. So what do I do, during this holidays? It's a very autonomous manner, like, immediately we have to complete that 35 hours, 40 hours of class teachings. So how do I, give him holiday? I have to adjust, I have to find out, go with the timetable, then ask other colleagues, whether they can accommodate those classes. It's not that easy because the timetable will be jam-packed. We have the library hour, we have the teaching hour, we have the newspaper hour. Newspaper, every day morning, it is a newspaper hours for us. Every day I go to the class with some new, information, whatever I have learned. Let it be the plane crash, recently, which has happened. So I discuss in the class and find out what could be the strategy, how best it can be avoided. What are the things that now that budget discussion has come. So I discuss the budgets. So, up to 12 lakhs, what is the, who are the people who will be benefiting out of this? Yes. So everything has to be accommodated. So it is not that easy. So we put it into practice on a day-to-day, mode. So what are the different modes of teaching and learning? If you see from chalkboard, we are using a lot of technology. We are using the participative method. Then we have the distance learning. Then we have blended learning, experiential learning. A lot of learning is there, as I have given here. But the most important one, which I would recommend honestly and, sincerely, is my humble submission to this entire group of participants, is peer mentoring and peer learning. Okay, nobody is lesser to us. We learn a lot from the juniors. And in a suburban high school, Miss Johnson, an experienced science teacher, initiated a peer mentoring program to improve teaching strategies across the departments. By leading professional development workshops and fostering a collaborative environment, she significantly increased, student engagement, academic performance. Her leadership not only enhanced, instructional quality, but also promoted a culture of continuous improvement among her colleagues. As a result, what happened? The school saw 15% rise in the standardized test scores over the 2 years. Now, my analytical question is, how did Miss Johnson's peer mentoring program specifically contribute to the observed increase in student engagement and academic performance. So peer mentoring is very, very important. It is a process where experienced individuals provide guidance, support, and knowledge to less experienced peers to help them develop their skills and improve performance. I have seen in some of the colleges, bring that, bring this. We make them work for something, as if they are our assistants. I am not into that. I feel that they should make the peers sit and together if they discuss. One Scopus paper is ready, sir. By the end of the day, trust me, one Scopus paper itself will be ready because we have to publish in Q-rated journals, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So all this will be done. If you're sitting with your peers, you have your favorite peers, sit with them, and if you have a professional talk and try to identify how best you can do, yes, it will be done in a day. So because chat gpt will give you the outline of the particular article, right? And it will also give you, then we have this SCI Claude, SCI Claude, Science Claude, I don't know what is the full form. They are there also. If you see research articles, it's done. Fatafat, it is done. Within 20 minutes, so your paper is ready. But you cannot submit it like that. You need to paraphrase, you need to apply your minds, you need to apply some mathematical models, mental models. Correct. So with that, you will, when you're sitting with your peers, it is possible. So in educational settings, if you see, this is often involving teachers sharing effective teaching practices and offering feedback to colleagues. In my college, I adopted when I was a head of the department way back in 2000. After that, I became the director academics for Jyotinavas College, various other colleges in top level positions. Wherever I am, I know I would include this peer review learning because I, believe that my peer has a better idea than me. Can you see? We have something called as a green day, blue day. All these celebrations will be there. At the same time, I introduce something called as a book review. So during the lean period, when students are not there in the college, so those are the timings. Definitely 2 weeks, the students will not be there. I 100% tell that. So that 2 weeks, we can make it as productive as possible. Bringing all this welfare programs for the faculty, as well as, giving them, we had movie review also. Some of the faculty showed the small movie, like, this bull and, talking about the finance, concept, or somebody coming with automatic this machines. So they started, how do I do the digitalized marketing, then giving some small appreciation to our fellow colleagues. And then this is the time where you can take lot of call for proposals. Okay, when you see this, I've just given a poster here. If you see, Department of Science and Technology gives us this particular call for proposals. It's a 4-day fully residential training you can conduct, or you can organize, or at least we can participate in those kind of programs when students are not there. So I don't want to discuss on this particular slide because it is all discussing on the hazards. The hazards is, creating a very toxic environment. So let us not get into, those kind of discussions, getting involved into too many things at one point of time, frustration from disappointment from others in one group. I am saying, youngsters, let us understand very, very clearly, youngsters today are not even coming out with a nuclear family. Let us accept that very, very honestly, because earlier in our days, we had, joint family. Somebody says something, okay, we accommodate and we keep going. And somebody, give us the instructions, okay, yes, we are used to saying yes. But today on phase, you will get one no. And on phase, you will tell, why would I do this? What is my benefit? You get, from your peer group, you will get all these things. So let us not get into this. I also wanted to give you an example here. A school which introduces a new teaching method, but some teachers are reluctant to adopt it. This I have also faced in one of the college where old teachers will be, were made to report to me because I had climbed the corporate ladder very soon. At the age of 27, I was a director. So one teacher, what happens, decides to lead. He or she is attending the training sessions, experimenting with strategies, and mentoring the colleagues to implement the method to effectively. So what type of leadership? If you see, I've already given you the answer. It's instructional leadership, leading by example. So one leader, one teacher, she leads the others, which is very important. And this is the essence of this particular session. So you have to lead by example, improving your teaching practices. There are many other ways, because I don't want to discuss this also in detail, but I'll just read it. How many hours a week do Indian teachers have to work? Because recently we say, Some of the CEOs say we have to work 70 hours. Some of them say 90 hours. Why would you stare at her? We see all these, we listen to all these things. But teachers, how many hours? According to sections 19 and 25 of the RT Act, if you see, minimum working hours for teachers in India is demarcated as 45 hours per week. So how many hours we do it? And another one very important, whenever we are getting inspection, that point of time only all the faculty members will start working, sir, on their files. I don't know. I have faced this. My dear participants, please never ever don't do that. Person sitting on above us also is a human being. Let us understand, because recently for one of the inspection, I had signed 250 signatures in a span of 4 to 5 hours. I was made to sit and do, because the filing was not updated. Saturdays, why do we have? Why can't we do it on Saturdays? Saturdays hardly it is 20 minutes work, 5 work. So it is divided 7, 8 hours. So 1 hour of lunch break and another half an hour of the snacks break. After 1.5 hours, the remaining 6.5 hours, the remaining 5.5, I should say, to be more precise. At 5 hours, in that 3 hours, we'll go for the classes. Hardly 2 hours, 2.5 hours are there. In that, can we not sit and, guide the students? Because we have something called as, in our college, we have mentor-mentee. So 10 students are allocated for one faculty, where they can, make the students participate in Yukti. Yukti is a program where they have to project their ideas and register in the particular portal, government portal called Yukti. Then a lot of, we look into this UDAN program. UDAN program is another initiative of entrepreneurship cell. And then we also have this Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, where, we adopt few villages and there we go and do some camps for the villagers, and also make the students understand the community projects. If you see our, syllabus, at the end of the first semester, I have given business immersion project. At the second semester, end of the second semester, they have internship project. And third semester, if you have, they have something called as a societal project. Societal projects, as per VTU, our institution is affiliated to VTU. VTU has a 0 credit. Though it is 0 credit, compulsorily they must do. So we have made it mandatory. So though we don't have the credit. So they will go to some village or an NGO or, some bodies where they can do some societal work and come back. So if you look into the Western culture, community projects are given more importance, because the students learn a lot of values. As I initially told you, we are coming not only with the nuclear family, like it is different lifestyles have changed completely. So let us give, imbibe some values to the students. And the last semester, if you see, we have the final project. So this is our, curriculum, and we have 6 different specializations, including logistics and supply chain, as well as we have AI and data science. So for all these things, how will you understand that you have to be a very effective, digital, leadership, how you have to adopt? So I have just given you what are the key characteristics of effective digital teacher leadership. If you see, whether authoritarian, resistance to change, or embracing technology and innovation, or minimizing communication. Which is the answer? Can I have an answer, please? What is the key characteristic of effective digital teacher leadership? So yes, thank you. It is embracing technology and innovation. The next is, which of the following best describes digital transformation in organizations? Whether from transitional, from the traditional marketing to word of mouth. That is a best practice, do you follow in digital transformation? Or a shift from the manual process to technology-driven process? Or moving from hierarchical structures, to a flat management, that is more required? Or focusing solely on in-person customer interactions? Which of the following best describes digital transformation in organizations? Is already got the answer. Yes. Shift from manual processes to technology-driven processes. Yes. So how can, the next question, how can digital leader, teacher leader, promote collaboration with their teams? By restricting access to online tools? I don't think so. By using digital platforms for communication and project management? Let me think. By limiting the use of the social media? Maybe. By maintaining the strict and office work policies? No, if you are going to be very strict, then, the one, I still remember one of the faculty coming and telling, when we had a casual discussion on how to manage the NPTEL courses, because NPTEL courses are mandatory for both for students as well as for the teachers. So she has to take the database, from who has completed, who has not completed. She had other tasks also where she became overstressed and she started telling the other faculty, "You're torturing me." The torturing is a very big word. Today's, students or young teachers, they don't even know what words, they are using. It's a common casual discussion. So you need to understand what the boss or what the, team leader is trying to communicate, understand, and accordingly you need to answer. Take it, and when it is a casual discussion, you cannot say such words. So that understanding also need to be there among the teachers. Yes. So here the answer is, by using the digital platforms for communication and project management, you can promote your collaboration within the teams. So when I get stuck up, immediately somebody comes and helps me out. Technically, say for example, I have prepared an article for IEEE. So IEEE format is completely different. So I will prepare the article and then I take the young one. I have a faculty who's done MBA and MTech. I will take his help, then try to, upload it. So it's a teamwork. So please imbibe team culture in your, whatever environment that you are there. That's a very, good thing for today's, this teacher leader concept, what we are discussing about. So general leadership skills. Otherwise, if you see, I have given here a scenario. Say, for example, a student is constantly disruptive in class. Some of the students are very irritating, if you see. How would you approach the situation to address the behavior while maintaining a positive classroom environment? Can you tell me which is the answer? Which of the following, maybe, crucial aspect for building a strong classroom community? Yes.
Counseling would help them.
Counseling would help. Counseling, we can have it, in the private, maybe in the conference room or somewhere where we can, get time. That is, yes, it's a possibility is there. But in the classroom, I'm asking, in the classroom, how will you, if you enforce strict rules, student will feel little, maybe they might give you a weird expression. Individualized learning plans can you give? Fostering open communication and collaboration, or maintaining a competitive atmosphere? So which is the answer? It is the fostering open communication and collaboration. So the teacher, when a person is highly destructive in the class, when a student, you call him and tell him, can you just say something, on this particular topic without even bothering of the disruptions? Hey, you're very smart, can you just give on this? The moment you call the student will, will stop this disruptive things. So open communication. See, the other day you had given me a presentation that was very nice. So can you elaborate on that? So anything, you can ask, anything, you say, and then, okay, we both will do this. Come on, I will, start this quiz program and you write the marks on the board. So obviously, he has some tasks to work. He will stop doing the destructive things. So fostering open communication and collaboration is the answer. And then providing feedback to a colleague, very, very, very critical, because very sensitive this is. When providing a feedback to a colleague, what is the most important approach to ensure a positive reception? Okay, you're providing a feedback to a colleague. Madam, this is wrong. When we say, individuals are very, very sensitive. I say, see, this is the thing. So, can you just correct it? How will you tell? You have to focus solely on the areas of improvement or offer constructive criticism with specific examples. The other day I have done, and I had a lot of things. If you say like that, will it be good? Or use a vague language to avoid confrontation? Maybe, madam, if you want, you can look into. Otherwise, it's up to you. Do you want to talk like that? Or publicly praise their strengths? Which is the answer? The answer is focus solely on the areas of improvement. So you just say, madam, this report is, like this. If it is, a little bit lower, say you have given a diagram. If the diagram is a little bit low, it would be of much, it will give a better impact. So the words which you use has to be more appropriate. So here I've given, means by which principles leadership style. We have two principles, principle 1 and principle 2. Kindly share your experiences, sir. How do you, manage team leadership or How do you, accommodate this kind of teacher leadership, qualities? How would you imbibe in your, among your colleagues? I want you all to, share. Please kindly share. Means by which principles leadership style, which influences teacher leader efficacy. Okay, I've given you teacher leader efficacy. Principles leadership style is there. Then we have the, college or the school environment is there. Then we have the teacher leader's work and understanding that particular role. And then we have the last, the personal characteristics. So everything will contribute to the teacher leader efficacy. That is, this is the, SEM diagram, which, I have done a recent research on this. So everything contributes. So that is what I wanted to, suggest. But if you want to, share your ideas, kindly unmute and, share your ideas. I want the principal, two principals are there, vice principals. Anybody would like to share? Fine. We'll move on to the next one, because what is the one critical aspect of digital, teacher leadership in 2025? Exclusively, using traditional textbooks? Is it, the characteristic of a digital teacher leadership, or integrating AI-driven personalized learning tools? Reducing the use of technology in classrooms, or limiting to professional development opportunities? Which is the one? It is integrating AI-driven personalized learning tools. Okay, so that is the main characteristics of the digital teacher leadership. So what is a strategy, which is most effective for digital teacher leaders to enhance student engagement in 2025? I'm just talking about this particular year. If you see here, using immersive technologies like virtual and augmented reality. You might ask, what is this VR and AR, madam? Yes, I will, tell you. So to conclude, if you see, trying to pin down what makes an effective teacher to be a leader can be a little like trying to eat the soup with a fork. When you eat the soup with a fork, it will fall down. You cannot do that. But a group of academics, coming up together, we can really do a good job. We can really do wonderful, miracles, in our teaching, whatever academic approach towards the students. So no, there is no one approach is right for all the leaders. Most effective technique, if you see, we need to use all the, three types. I told, transformational leadership, transactional, and pace setting. So we have to have a mixture of that. And leadership involves, skills that are learnable, and we do not have to be, born knowing how to lead. No, not required. So how do you reach out to the students in the 21st century? You have to connect with the students authentically, and just one of the skills teachers need to be more effective. For example, I'm very good in communication, and I also ensure whenever I speak, I draw a line. The other person, when they respond, they need to think what they have to respond. So that's how I create. So it will not come, all of a sudden. It needs a lot of learning. It needs a lot of practice. All of a, thing, it will not come. So learning has to be very, very constant, and learning to receive feedback. And I keep asking, students, am I going at the right space? Is this, the concept is clear to you? Then very important, avoiding bias. One student you favor, another student you don't. So all this has to be avoided. And teaching the students in an online forum can also help with professional growth. We also teach, if you look at, my, this one, sometimes when I'm not able to complete the portions in the class, what do? Immediately I send them a link. This is, unofficially, I try to, call all the students, whatever I have not completed, that particular concept or the content, I will give them, and I will immediately connect the PPT and Google Classroom I will create, and there I will complete that content, because we have to, it is a 4 credit subjects, then you have to complete 50 hours. 3 credits, 40 hours. So wherever, if you are, feeling, or even in the class, we don't necessarily you have to do like me, you can go to the offline, you can make it offline, go to the class, and wherever, you'll have mentoring classes, which is really free. Ask the students, sit and do, in groups. One of the teacher for digital marketing, she has taken the students to all the malls, 5 different malls we have in Bangalore. So she has taken them and started identifying. Then she did a study on that, prepared a questionnaire. It was basically an exploratory study, and you should see today her this thing article is published in Scopus. So I was just congratulating her for the, good. So different, innovative methods we need to adopt, and that method we have to get the Approval of the management, we have to convince them. That is also a challenge is there. So all teachers, all management may not approve. So whatever they approve, try to be more innovative in that. So one particular software, this thing I would like to share with you here is Super Teacher. I'm not promoting this. Super Teacher is a software, which has emerged as India's fast growing online teaching platform. So it offers every teacher the opportunity to set up their online tuition or coaching institute. Suppose if you want to, learn, because I told you co-learning is very important. So some prominent features like ready-to-use content, question bank, attendance tracking, and automated fee reminders help enhancing the teaching experience. Here, sometimes we are also, like we need to have certain reminders for certain things. So that has to go, automatically. So if you have the super teacher, then your work is done at a faster rate. You can just Google it. So you can conduct the classes within minutes and get automated assessments and attendance and streamline, fee collection or whatever, and learn about the practical teaching and how much more. So build your own brand today. The other AI generators here I would like to, share with you is Claude 2 from Anthropic. This is a trained on ethical principles and can read 75,000 words, and it is free to use. These are all, very, Mid-Journey is one where we have high quality photo images. Can you see one image which I'm showing? When you're showing it to the students, they will have this, wow, this class is very interesting. So that kind of, impact it has to create. So for that, we have to, update ourselves with the latest, methodologies. So AI for industry, education industry, if you see, application is we have to, little bit update ourselves on machine learning, powered learning, diagnostics for students, deep learning based supercharged videos and learning platform. We have to adopt that. And personalized learning methods, if you see, because it will give you a greater impact. Enhanced assessment of students and learning outcomes, enhanced support from outside. So beyond Chat GPT, what all you have, you have Google Gemini. I just wanted to, show you that, in the side, when I started checking for all the informations, because it's this PPT, what I prepared, it is, almost 5 hours preparation. Each slide I had to, go through, then understand what kind of information that has to go as in a logic way. So the top AI tools for teachers, if you see, it is Mentimeter. Some of you might be using. Chat GPT is one, Grammarly is one where we use it for our research articles. Magic School is another one. Turnitin for checking all our plagiarism. Canvas does awesome presentations and the pictures and videos you should see. Eduaid.ai is another one. Audio Pen is another one. Quiz and Gradescope. Gradescope gives you the grades according to the as students assess. Okay. So this is another one. Dale to Capilot is another one. You can take down. Capilot is very good for giving us, talking to us in all the Meet. Claude is another one. Gives all the generative. These are some of the generative AI tools which I wanted to share with you. And here, if you see, I'm just showing you how I have given a prompt, and see, you can see how beautifully Chat GPT has given me. So I have given, you are a student on the Master of Education course. So I have, instructed Chat GPT, write a high quality 500-word essay on a critique of learning styles. We have different forms of learning styles, right? So the essay should include academic references also and evidence from research studies. Please search all your database. And it should also begin with the construct of learning styles is a problematic because that also, like telling for small children, use this, how you have to use, and this is how it is, like, in that way. So when you're giving an appropriate form, can you see the next one, which to my, right hand side, if you see, very beautifully it has started. The construct of learning styles is problematic because it assumes that learners have distinct and consistent preferences for acquiring and processing information. After that, it starts very beautifully, with all the references. Can you see Rover and Pashler, 2012. So with that, the entire, my paper is, like ready, but I cannot copy it. Again, I have to rephrase in my own language. But wonderful, in 20 minutes, it is done. So every powerful pedagogy could be augmented by AI. I've given a lot of, information here. embodied learning, immersive learning, marker culture, bricolage, massive open social. It's a practical pedagogy. There are a lot of informations are there which is available. How you can handle the students, whether you want to give a normal assessment or a dynamic assessment or a stealth assessment. So different types of assessments are there. Very interesting to learn. Okay. And if you see in the recent years, how the teachers as leaders, we are responsible for AI for the social empowerment. There is a body called as RAISE. Please kindly Google it. 2020. What are the things? Because from NEP also we have a lot of informations how we are supposed to prepare ourselves. Then IRAVAT, if you see, the full form is Artificial Intelligence Research Analytics and Knowledge, Assimilation Platform. So this platform, gives us the teachers, they are the central to effectiveness to technology infrastructure that serves only the education field. In the digital era, if you see, there are a lot of changes in technologies that are advanced in the classroom. So the teachers are changing their teaching methods and use the modern technologies in the classroom. So technology as educators helps the students to shape their future. The last question I want to ask you is one scenario. So during a group project, let us assume there are two students and the two students, they have a disagreement about the distribution of work. Okay. That happens even among the teachers also. The teacher listens to both the sides, encourages them to find the middle ground and suggests a fair way to divide the task. So what kind of leadership skill is the teacher applying? Is the teacher applying delegation, assigning the responsibilities without the students' input? Or the teacher is adopting a conflict resolution where helping the students find a common ground to resolve their dispute? Or authoritarian decision making, imposing a solution without consulting the students? Or a passive leadership, ignoring the conflict and letting the students to let them solve it by themselves? Let me watch what they, because two students, they are having disagreement about the distribution. Ma'am, I wanted to do the presentation. Ma'am, I wanted to do. So other one will tell. But how do you, solve this? Because there you show your leadership skills. Any answers, please?
Conflict resolution.
Excellent. Conflict resolution, helping the students to find common ground to resolve their dispute. Thank you, ma'am. So this is another, note. A teacher notices that a student is being unfairly graded to a personal bias from another staff member. Very, very critical issue. Okay. So the teacher brings this issue to the administration, ensuring that the student is evaluated fairly based on the performance. So which leadership style, quality I have already given? Integrity, because we have to be very honest, when it comes to the management and have a very, very transparent, way of working so that others will also ensure that, okay, this lady, this person, this man is, someone whom I have to, be very careful or at least adopt his, things. That kind of message should go. So, unfairly, we cannot grade the student, correct? So here, another last, the last quiz, I should say, MCQ. A teacher introduces a long-term initiative to incorporate digital tools in the classrooms. Okay. And I'm training the students on responsible technology use. Technology, because we give a scammer that, there are other websites where they cannot use. So although the transition is very much challenging, the teacher here remains focused on the goal and motivates the students and parents to adapt. So introduces a long-term initiative means what is that? Is a visionary leadership or a short-term thinking, rigid leadership or autocratic? I think answer it's a self-explanatory. It is visionary leadership. So all these leaderships, whatever I have asked, the questions here in this particular session, all the answers are the ones which we are supposed to adopt. Okay. So that is for me, for you from my end. And I've given you this, best AI. If you click this link, you will get all the AI tools for teachers. Thank you. Any questions I would like to take?